as many of you guys know, Madden is tweeting out their top 10 running backs. This is going to be probably based off of overalls, but in today's video, we'll be taking a look at those and then ranking them in our own top 10, because you guys know overall doesn't mean always the top tier card. Let's do our own top 10. If you want to get Madden coins without a risk of a ban, go to my new website, chuflaka.com, to buy Madden packs and gift cards for the same prices in the Madden store to directly support the channel. All right, so Madden has officially tweeted out the top 10 running backs inside of the game. You guys can see the picture right here. Like I said, I'm going to rate them on my own. These guys are all animals. Derrick Henry's an 88. You have a lot of good cards here, the lowest one being Cordero Patterson. Now let's put him in our respective top order. We do have the stats as well. So at number 10, I'm going to actually have Joe Mixon. He is currently ranked at number 8, like you guys can see on the right here. I have him at our number 10. He is one of the lighter. I wouldn't say he's the lightest. There's a couple guys lighter than him, but compared to the guy right above him at number 9, they are the same speed. He has solid stats right across the board, all 80 plus. Thresholds aren't really going to be hitting, obviously, the 90 threshold. 80 threshold is one as well, but it's not the biggest deal in the world, but he is solid at most things. Really can't catch the ball. 62 is very, very low for Mixon. I don't think he's that bad of a catcher to start. Obviously, it's very early in the year, but I don't know. He's a solid card. He's definitely a solid card. The Bengals teams, if you're running a quick early one, you might want to use him. But as many of you guys know, in the beta, the Headliners program was basically leaked, and Joe Mixon was a master in there. Kind of a spoiler right there. He is an 89 overall. So Joe Mixon, obviously he's like 10 right here on this list, but he's quickly going to be number 1 running back in the game sooner or later. But number 9, we do have Najee Harris. And Najee Harris is one that I loved in Madden 22. Obviously, only 82 speed. He is a power back. But the thing I like about him, when you're comparing to 82 speed guys like him and Joe Mixon, it's weird. They actually gave, I mean, he should have better catching. I think Najee he wasn't even one of the, he had some of the most catches last year, I believe. I don't know. That's kind of just me talking about fantasy football there a little bit. But 83 trucking, 82 break tackles, really good. He does have a little bit worse change direction, but he is a heavier player. Najee does fall for it a lot in this game. I'm excited for Najee. Probably not my running back of choice because there is a lot of good running backs on this list, but still a very good card you could use day one. Number 8, we have Cordero Patterson, and Cordero Patterson is one of the best running backs of Madden 22. So you'll notice across the board, obviously he has worse trucking, but when it comes to change direction, break tackle, and catching, okay, the change direction, break tackle are pretty similar to the guys we showed before, but 78 catching is very, very good at the beginning of the year because obviously you won't have backfield mismatch to negate the awful catching stats that most of the running backs have. Like you could do, say, for example, I don't even know, like Nick Chubb in Madden 22 has awful catching. You could just throw on backfield mismatch and boom, he automatically has like a 90 because of one ability. You can't do that early on, so having 78 does help. He had really good animations, the best animations in Madden 22, but as you guys know, they nerfed the spin move in the beta, but he still should have the really good juke, really tall out of the passing game, out of the backfield as well. I think Cordero's going to be a good card. I'm really excited for him as well in 23. Number 7, we have Austin Ekeler. I never understood why they making him an elusive back versus a receiving. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but I feel like he should be a tiny bit better. Although you're losing some stats around the board, like his change direction and break tackle aren't as like, where's break tackle's good? His change direction's not like the highest. The trucking's not the highest. He does come with 72 catching, and he is the fastest of the bunch we've just shown you so far. He also is really small. I feel like small running back, short to the ground, really solid juke out to the outside. I do like the way they play. And Austin Ekeler, this is the first time he's gotten elite, I believe. Last year he was really good too, and he only got a 79 gold. So Austin Ekeler finally in the elite club. That's good to see, man. And an 84. That's a huge jump. 5 overalls. At number 6, we have my favorite player in the league, if you guys could not tell by the little poster on the back, Alvin Kamara. So Alvin Kamara is basically Ekeler with a better archetype, and legitimately, obviously, it's going to sound biased, but he's just an all-around better card than Ekeler when you look at him. He's 83 speed, same speed, but when you look across the board, he has the same catching, which I feel like it should still be a little bit high, like Cordero Patterson. I feel like it should be in that range. No? I don't know. I'm a little biased, like I said. But 83 change direction, 81 trucking, and 83 break tackle is the best we've seen so far out of the 3 combined. And to be solid catching, he's definitely the best card we've seen yet so far. Coming in at number 5, my other favorite player. Obviously, I'm a Browns fan, so Nick Chubb right here. I feel like 83 is pretty disrespectful. I feel like he's a lot faster than people think he is if you've watched any games of him. Like I said, might be biased here, but 57 catching is brutal. But he does have very, very high 86 and 86. Well, 86 trucking and 86 break tackle stats right there. I don't know what I was going towards there. But he actually has solid change direction for a card that's going to be that clunky. Or he's not going to be too clunky. He'll have 80 change direction to start the year. Nick Chubb, not an air trucker, but still a power back. I feel like that's kind of like the worst thing in the world. Like, not the worst, but like my least favorite thing is when you're a power back and you can't air truck, so you're just kind of I don't know, kind of in the middle of everything, but Nick Chubb's still a good, solid card. He still should be pretty solid. At number 4, we have Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey is one that I have here because obviously when you look at him, he has really solid, like, all-around stats, right? The trucking's not really there. I know people might see that and go crazy and shy away from him, but this is a card that always has good animations, right? You're not going to truck with Christian McCaffrey anyways, so the break tackle is more of the stat that'll be working there for you anyways. And then obviously animation. We don't know all these cards' animations, but off of previous years, he always has good animations. He's always on the slower end too, which is 83 for an 84, I guess is kind of normal. We're seeing that with many cards, but 76 catching, really good change direction. He has the best agility we've seen yet too. Really good carrying. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be a solid card, just like past years, and a good archetype in receiving back. At number 3, we have Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook, we're finally getting up to that 84 speed range. I actually like his card art the most as well. I believe he changed his number too. I'm seeing a single digit. Is it 4? I can't remember. Somebody's gonna have to correct me. It looks like number 4. I can't tell. But 84 speed, the first we've seen. Really solid agility and excel across the board. They gave him an 85 too, so we're getting up there in overall. Nick Chubb was an 86, but you know, they cheat my guy all the time. 84 change direction, really good break tackle as well. Obviously, speed is king, so I'm taking that +1 speed versus like that trucking and catching with the other guys. I think Dalvin Cook is another really small running back, kind of like Eckler, where he always squeezes through the holes in Madden. He's always a fun card to use. I remember using his free card in one of the seasons last year in 22, and I absolutely loved it, so I'm excited to see him yet again this year. And at number 2, we actually have the fastest running back in the game so far. Obviously, there's the Barry Sanders and Breece Hall that have came out. Those ones are not here, right? This is going to be the top 10 of what they did. But 85 speed is the fastest we've seen yet. Not really much of a catcher here, but he does have really good stats across the board. 87 carrying, so this guy has the highest carrying as well. Really good break tackle, literally the same break tackle as Nick Chubb. Really good trucking, change direction. He arguably could be number 1, but I think we all know who number 1 is. At number 1, Derrick Henry. This is my favorite card every single year in the beginning of the year. Abysmal catching, right? 56, that's the first thing we see. But he also does have the highest carry in the game, so he should never fumble for you, or at least shouldn't. He's not in that 90 threshold, but it's still very good for early on. He's solid speed too, the second highest speed out of all these guys combined. And then you look at the break tackle and trucking, and that's not even the thing, right? He looks like kind of like a normal card here, but he can air truck as well. He always can. Derrick Henry, look for this card to be like upwards of 150K plus. That's what they always are, the 88s. And Derrick Henry's just always very good. A bailout early years, especially in like the short gain yardage. And a lot of people are figuring out the passing game still, so they want to run a lot. And if you're a pure toter, I honestly, if you want 2 running back, him and Derrick Henry and JT, a little switch, could be very glitchy. I'm definitely going to do anything I can to get this card in my field day 1 right here. This is definitely the number 1 of the list today. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love doing the top 10s. And like I said, I know they gave us their top 10s, but it was based off overall. So we wanted to make our own spin on it. We do this all throughout the year for every single position, basically. So make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure you're all got the noties on everything. Appreciate you guys so much and hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.